I mean, that pretty much says it all. The best bunny critic in the biz, running around all excited like. He really loved the movie. And I didn't really love the movie, but I really liked the movie. And the movie that I'm talking about, of course, is called Set It Up. Now, I didn't even know the Set It Up existed until I was watching a video on YouTube, and one of the critics actually recommended it. So I thought, well, that sounds cool. An interesting take on the rom-com. I'm not a gigantic rom-com fan, but I do like the occasional one, especially when it's done right. So I decided, let's check it out. And that was made a little bit easier because I really like Zoe Deutsch. She's really kind of making her career for herself. Not so much as an actress that is putting in this kind of work that is going to win her Oscars. I mean, she could probably do that. And maybe she has done something like that in a movie that I haven't seen. But I just find her just really entertaining on screen. There's some actors or actresses that don't necessarily put in Daniel Day-Lewis, Denzel Washington, Meryl Streep level performances. But you always want to watch them anyway, and it's not saying that they can't do it, it's just that they decide to take these certain characters, so it's just endlessly entertaining. So while she doesn't do any incredibly heavy lifting here, the work that she does put in is sound, and she has good chemistry with her co-star Glenn Powell, who I know I've seen him before, but I just can't think right now where he's been. But yeah, the chemistry in a rom-com is obviously essential. It's really more essential in this genre than I think any other genre, and it's nice that they pulled it off. But what was kind of cool about this is that they are the focus technically, but the movie called Set It Up is them actually trying to set their boss up, because they're working all the time, they have no life, so they're trying to set their bosses up so then they can get some time off to go enjoy themselves. And they weren't even going to enjoy the time together, because they were just meeting each other and they had their own separate lives. They just wanted their bosses to get out of their hair. So it's not every day that you see a rom-com where it's not the two leads necessarily looking for love, and they're trying to get other people to find love. So that was kind of cool. I like the premise. I like the setup of that. But a movie can be set up really excellently with a cool twist kind of play on the genre, and that doesn't mean anything if it isn't good. And fortunately, this was actually a really good movie. And honestly, it was never boring. I mean, it went down familiar paths for the most part, but the way that it kind of went down those roads were interesting. And it was funny, although I never found it laugh out loud funny, really. There was one gag with Glenn Powell's gay best friend that got me near the end, which I won't spoil, obviously, but I laughed out loud there. But most of the time, the jokes were like a smile on my face. And that's really good enough, because if this was just a straight up comedy flick, then I would have a problem with that, because comedy movies only have to do one thing. This is, two genres in one, so it hits the romance on a pretty good level. I believed it, and it hits the comedy enough that I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is amusing. I'm sure other people would laugh more, but movies don't always make me laugh. I find myself kind of in a minority sometimes. Like, I laugh more on the inside than the outside, so when I'm laughing out loud, it's like, okay, this movie's really funny. So rom-coms don't always try real hard, because it plays to an audience that really only wants the two leads to get together, and as long as that happens, then it's a success. So it's nice to see that Set It Up is really trying something slightly different within the genre. It's riffing on it a little bit. It's having some fun with it. And because of that, I'm going to give it the business. Because it has a little bit of emotion, a little bit of the laughs, good performances. So did you see Set It Up? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you like romance? Are you like me and you're dead inside so you can't feel love for anything but a bunny? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to get out of here. See ya.